Hi there, my name is Cupicate, and welcome back to WolfQuest. War is coming with Stigandr. I want to get serious today. I even pulled my hair back so we could be serious. Just kidding. Last time, little Cinder was very, very sick, got very low in percentage, but managed to pull through after some strong words from her father, Stigandr. But now little Quill is sick at 48%, but Stigandr is on a mission. He is still trying to get more wolves, increase his territory, hunt. He really is only there as a provider of food and of training, but that's about it for his pups. Shiva does most of it. However, Shiva is starving. So we may have to take her with us when we get food today. And that is what is on Stigandr's mind as he looks over the lands that he believes are his own and that he is deserving of. But first, let's roll for today's difficulty. And Bovar is still with him on this day as he looks across this land. She sees it too and wants it for herself. So she gives a blessing. On the way back, Stigandr can hear Shiva howling that the pups need food and she too needs food, and he's a bit annoyed, wondering why she couldn't just leave and get food herself. But he is coming back. He can't build an army with dead pups and a dead mate, and so responsibility drives him back towards the den. She's still howling, and the pups are waiting eagerly to be fed by their father. He comes in, he grumbles at Shiva a little bit, but he agrees to feed the pups. Quill is still looking ill. He will not give Quill the same speech that he gave to Cinder. After all, most of the pups heard his speech to Cinder. But because Quill is lower in their litter rank, he's not really as worried. Cinder's trying to give Quill some comfort because Cinder knows what it likes to feel like to be sick. It's good to see the pups pulling together even though their father is stern and absent. I imagine that Shiva is not a bad mom. I think that she does put them through rigorous training, which is why we've already had 2 sick pups, is she's pushing them really hard. What I can't decide is if it is out of fear of Stigandr's disapproval, or if she is just as zealous in the quest that he has as he is. It's an interesting thought. She does always seem to stay pretty close to the pups. She still hasn't left even though she's starving. Like, Stigandr is here, she could leave. I wonder if she doesn't trust him alone with the pups. She hasn't left, she hasn't made any sign of leaving. Maybe she doesn't trust him. Oh, I hit the button before the attack came. So I'm hitting 5 to make them come back out. Oh gosh, y'all. Oh my gosh, Shiva. Oh, okay. Alright, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. We got its butt. Oh, that river has a current. Nice! We didn't lose a pup! Oh my gosh! Oh, I was like, well, here we go! First pup down. Somebody got grabbed though. Who was it? Adder. Little Adder got grabbed. Oh, if they had grabbed Cinder or even Quill. Jeez. Now we can put the pups away. We'll take Shiva to get some food. She does need food. It's so strange that Shiva still hasn't left. It's very bizarre. But Stigandr is actually going to take her to a kill. We're going to let Shiva fill up as much as she needs on this carcass and then send her back home. The pups are fully fed. They just need sleep more than anything. It's so funny that we're playing Stigandr and he's got such an interesting story as our first real villain. But I'm almost more intrigued by Shiva. She does have a dark side, but I don't think it's as bad as Stygander's. The fact that she doesn't trust him with the pups alone says a lot to me. I think that she believes in his quest. I think she enjoys the idea of a comfortable life with a strong pack surrounding her and her family, but there's a degree of fear of Stigandr, her very own mate. She's afraid of what he's capable of and what he could do if she was to let him down. That's why I think she fought that bear off so zealously as well, because she continuously needs to prove herself. They're already mates, they're already together, they already have a family together, and yet she still feels that need to show Stigandr, I'm worthy. Maybe she believes in his quest so much that it scares her, and so she's like, it's better to be at the top. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. If you're getting a completely different story from her, I'm always interested to hear your ideas for our wolves, whether it's the one I'm playing, their mates, or even their puppies. I even love that Cinder laid down next to Quill in a way to comfort her. So many personality traits are coming out, and I feel like I'm really getting to pay attention because I don't get to spend much time with them, so it's really obvious when I do. Stygandr's actually going to sleep at the den tonight. He's too tired to go out and quest anymore, and he's pretty irritated with Shiva, but he understands that she is training the pups hard. Very, very hard. And he's impressed with what he's seen. The pups are looking good. It's sad that we almost have to look at them in this playthrough as if they're little tools, future weapons to be used in an army, because I don't look at them that way. I see them as little beings that are going to make change in the world, whether it's good or bad. I would rather them do good, honestly, but Stigandr sees them as little weapons, and that's what he's trying to raise. Little foot soldiers in an army. That's what he sees these pups as. And pretty much nothing more, nothing less than that. We'll take a small moment, show them some more confidence. Shiva does like Stygandr's confidence. Like I said before, I think it gives her a sense of safety. Like, he's big and he's strong. It would be silly not to feel safe with him, but I don't think she's seeing beyond him, whereas she should. He could cause her family to be in a lot of danger, but she doesn't see it that way because she doesn't think that anything can take Stigandr down. And honestly, I'm not sure with the way that we're rolling for difficulty if anything can. It's actually scaring me what might happen in the future. And see, Shiva didn't go with him. I didn't have to tell her to stay. That's crazy. So she prefers to be with the pups. She prefers to train them. Or they have this just agreement and the game is just being awesome about it. But today, Stigandr is going to continue taking territory from the Lucky Pack. Well, that's another hex down, and it wasn't contested at all by any of the Lucky Pack. It seems like they are afraid of Stigandr. It's crazy that one wolf could bring so much fear to an entire pack, but it seems like this pack is somewhat divided. Now, they are holding their ground where they have their den and have their home. Many of them have returned there to hold the place down, essentially. But with Stigandr running into so many of the other Lucky Pack and turning them to his side, to his pack, to his mission, his quest, the Lucky Pack could become no more. Or the pack as a whole may be in allegiance with him and come with him to Slough Creek and cause havoc there. I'm very worried for our Snagglefang pack. And another hex goes uncontested. So Stygandr's gonna take a moment to sleep away from the den. He knows that Quill is sick, but he expects Shiva will take care of it whether she lives or dies. But he needs rest to continue taking on the Lucky Pack. And of course, because Bovar has blessed Stigandr, Quill is healthy again and will survive. Because Bovar would love to see him with an army. And that means pups surviving. And so she has blessed this pup. But just like with Teo, what does that blessing cost? Will they suffer with great rage like Teo did? Will they succumb to it, or will they fight against it like Teo had to and succeeded with the help of Sundance? But what if these pups grow up and they're fed this evil, this darkness, with the rage backing them? They could be unstoppable. It's a scary thought. But we can't forget that Eartha is still at the backs of our other wolves, and she is just as powerful as Bovar. So right now, if you look at the map, Lucky Pack is actually trying to escape north into the Van Winkle Pack. They are terrified, and they're being driven that way because of Stigandr. Now, some of his other hexes are kind of weakening, probably due to the Lucky Pack and the Van Winkle Pack. But he's determined to chase them into nothingness, even if that takes him all the way north. Stigandr? Okay. Sorry. That was hilarious. What? Okay. I have not had a single wolf contest yet. Stigandr is just taking whatever he wants and nobody is fighting back. I don't know if this is like the Lucky Pack surrendering or they're just racing up north to get away from him. This is very similar to what happened with Charm. Charm was so angry and filled with hatred and malice for Crevice Lake for what they had done to Aspen and her two pups that she had completely ran them out of Slough Creek for that year. They just weren't there. Hardly. They almost had to disperse and become rogues for a bit until they could get their strength back. There's a lot of similarities between what Charm had done and now this is just Stigandr and who he is. I wonder if it will be extremely easy to tempt her since they both have a great hatred for Crevice Lake, or if something else can tempt her in a different direction. With Stigandr taking over the map as easily as he is without any problems at all, it is without a doubt that he will run into both Charm and Willow. I'm kind of excited to see which Willow he runs into, and I'm excited to see if Charm and Willow run into each other. A lot hangs in the balance on these three wolves that are running around in a land where the veil between life and death is so thin. Aspen is trying to reach out to Charm, and I wonder if he's even trying to reach out to Stigandr. After all, they are family. But Stigandr can't hear him over the loud hissing in his ears. I don't even hear the Lucky Pack howling anymore. They are nowhere to be found. But Stigandr is too exhausted to continue his quest today. He will sleep out in the field, uncovered, unhidden from anything, and yet he is unafraid. He knows by now that the pups are probably getting hungry, but he's wondering if he can't just sweep through the rest of what remains of the Lucky Pack. He can smell them fading on the wind. They are nowhere near as strong as they used to be, and most others have just agreed to join him. We've had several Lucky Pack members choose to join Stigandr out of fear, and some even out of interest. After all, having to choose between fighting this monster of a wolf or being a part of a pack where that monster of a wolf is your leader, you know, what seems like the easier, safer choice. And if you have a monster looming over you, offering you safety, offering you hunger, it would seem like the best choice. But is it morally the best choice? He's heading back now. He's going to be cutting through some Van Winkle territory, and he's thinking, why not? I have to cut through their territory anyway. Let's see who I can find. So he'll be taking some of the Van Winkle territory today as well, even though his current goal is the Lucky Pack. There is only one hex left that we can reach of the Lucky Pack. They are about to be no more. Even the Van Winkle pack is not contesting Stigandr. It looks like word of him has reached the bigger packs, and I'm wondering if word of him has reached Willow and Amore, as well as Charm. Hopefully we will find out soon. And that's it. No more Lucky Pack. Lucky Pack is either gone, ran off, or has joined Stigandr in the Dawn Pack. Some wolves are walking around trying to maintain territory, but mostly they're just surviving, knowing that they will be untouched by this beastly wolf who leads them. So now Stigandr will head home to see his pups and tell them of his glorious triumph and encourage them that this is what they must do. If they want to be a true member of the Dawn Pack, of this family, then they must take and take and take. Here we are back at the den, and the pups come to greet their father. Shiva is still here. She was waiting ever so patiently while the pups rested, and she will keep an eye out while Stigandr feeds the pups. They are always so happy to see their dad, probably because he is the provider of food, and Shiva may put them through so much vigorous training that Stigandr is a break, because when he's here, they don't have to train. They get rewarded for their training by being fed. And with that, Shiva is giving Stigandr the report right now as she looks upon him. She's finished, she lies down, and he is satisfied with what she has told him. The pups are doing well. They're being fed well, they're strong, and Bovar is looking over them as well as Stigandr and Shiva. They are protected by more than just mortal bodies, but they are protected by immortal ones. And as cute as they are they truly going to grow up to be weapons? We'll have to find out in the episodes to come. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, tickle and poke that like button, subscribe to join our family if you haven't already, and jingle the bell to get notified of when I post WolfQuest videos. Also, feel free to join Discord or follow me on Twitch. The links to both of those are in the description below. I love you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week for more of Stigandr's story. War is coming. Bye!